At this point, y'all, I just need to start a documentary. There is no way that it's 11:15 and I'm on the brink of tears because I want to go home so bad. These kids are horrible. Horrible. They don't care about learning. The parents don't hold them accountable. They don't make their kids hold themselves accountable. The admin does not hold the parents of the children accountable. They say they hold the kids accountable, but they go to the office and they come back and they do the same thing. It's awful. I have a parent in there with me for some of the kids that have disabilities, like different things. Like, she's in there to support me. She watched me teach a whole lesson. I explicitly taught this lesson. I used all of my resources. The students had studies weeklies out in front of them. I had the article up on the board. We went article by paragraph. We broke it down. I asked them questions about it. We dissected the pictures, the whole nine. I did my job. I'm pausing, asking them questions. If you're a teacher, you know, and you use Studies Weekly, like, you know that at the end, like, they do there's a little quiz just to check for comprehension, right? So we get to that point, y'all, and only my same five students could answer the questions. And it was simple things like, who was Benjamin Franklin? Was he a doctor or an inventor? They're saying a doctor. We had to learn, mind you, I teach first grade, but we had to learn the word perseverance because that is one of his character traits. It means don't give up, keep trying. That's how I explained it to them. I asked them, does perseverance mean kindness? All of them but five said yes.
Let me tell you what the problem is. It's at home. It starts at home. That is 97, 98% of what the problem is. The teachers, they're going to be the scapegoats, but the teachers is just overglorified babysitters. The environment, the school itself is going to be a scapegoat, but it really doesn't matter. Usually you can endure no matter what, right? At home is where the real problem lies because they smoked around, they abused, they're influenced, they have an environment that's not conducive for their learning, and they're not held accountable, and they're not told that they need to pay attention or that school is even going to matter at all. And so by the time that they get to school, or by the time that they get with these teachers, then the teachers is like, I can't do nothing with these kids. But the teachers used to be an extension of the parents. And so it used to be working hand to hand, side by side. And I'll tell you that most teachers, the smart ones, once they get a little bit of tenure, once they're able to prove themselves, if they can, they then move into other environments that is more conducive for the children and for their own personal safety and health. Most of the time, if they can, they'll move over into a private school setting. And I know that you have to have more credentials or you have to qualify yourself a lot of times. They make more. They don't have to deal with the nonsense. The discipline is there, and the kids actually want to learn because there's something that is put in them before they ever get to the school. So what you're asking these teachers to do in these public school settings, and I know in places like Chicago, they already have a budget deficit and they're asking the teachers to cut back on their pay. These are the most underpaid, overused, abused, and leveraged as a form of babysitting. And they're also supposed to raise your children while at the same time you sit there and cuss them out and complain about what they're doing to your children when you don't even participate in your own child's life. And this is why our culture is failing. This is why our school systems are collapsing. This is why blue cities have more problems with education and miseducation. This is why they then turn to liberalism, and then ultimately they attach themselves to the federal government so that the government can take care of them, because we don't have any solutions for how parents are supposed to parent inside of the house before they ever hit society and these kids hit the school systems. And then these kids are going to grow up. They start passing them through I remember the whole No Child Left Behind initiative. We used to have it to where the kids would have to fail and repeat the grade if they didn't do it. Now, everybody just go. Everybody just goes. Everybody in the same classroom. The kids that are really wanting to learn, they can't learn or they can't participate as much as they want to because you have so many other disruptors inside of the class. And again, I believe personally that it starts at home.
I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else I tell them the sky is blue. What color is the sky? They say red. This is deeper than education. This is deep, like, baby, don't get me to diagnosing them. And then on our way out the door to lunch, because y'all know I have to leave to lunch or I'm going to spaz. But on our way out the door, one of the kids spit in another kid's face.
Crazy.
Just spit. And before that, the same little girl that I made the video on, 2 other of my videos on with the parent, y'all, she's been hitting people all morning. I talked to her at 7:40 about hitting my nonverbal, putting her hands on. She didn't hit him. She grabbed my nonverbal autistic little boy's arm. Why are you touching him? He does not mess with nobody. Why are you touching him? Spoke to her about that. Then on the way to specials at what time they go? 7:46, because I was running late because of that incident. She grabs another one of my autistic students' face. Why are you touching her? Mind you, this little girl has already had a swarm report and been referred to the counselor for a bullying incident on the bus. She hits, she steals, she cusses, and all her mama want to say is she still believes in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and she not going to change overnight. She a kid. I'm fed up, y'all. I just sent a long email citing the code of conduct in the student and parent handbook, letting my admin know I have exhausted all of my resources. I can't take recess from the little girl because her mama say it's illegal. So what else do you want me to do? And at what point
you can't punish
is the suspension going to be given?
You can't hold them down. You can't do nothing.
I've asked for the removal out of my classroom. They won't grant it. So, okay, now I'm going to cite what y'all have in black and white. So now what? They put so much weight and emphasis on the teacher. Yeah, what about the kids? Right. What about the parents? Like, I can't make a 6-year-old do nothing they don't want to do. Because Lord forbid I put the pencil in their hand and make them write it. Oh, now it's abuse or something. Like, we can't win. We cannot win. Like, I'm about to get my Chick-fil-A and I'm about to go and I'm about to sit at my desk for the rest of the day because I can't teach.
I see a lot of teachers, great teachers, retiring, not because they don't like teaching, not because they feel like retiring, but because they can't deal with the students anymore. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse than ever before. And parents don't care. Administrators don't care. They look at these kids as, make sure you get in the count day so we can get our funding from the federal government and from the governor's office and whatever respective state that you're in. And nobody is holding these parents accountable, these women accountable, these people accountable for what they have to deal with inside of these school systems. And it's not right, it's not fair, and it's unfortunate because the kid is going to suffer more than anybody. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know what y'all think, man.